Hello and welcome to Sportsweek. I'm Taylor Sinclair, here with all the best sports coverage from around Hampshire. Winchester City were at home against Dorchester this weekend as they look to claim a first win in 3 Southern League Premier fixtures. Patch Hill was at the game.
A big challenge for Winchester City as they tried to defeat Dorchester Town, who are unbeaten in 7 games. A poor goalkeeping error allowed Charlie Gunson to put the Magpies in the lead in the 28th minute. There was late drama as Dorchester gave away a penalty near the end of the first half. Luke King stepped up and levelled the matters going into the break. After a second half with chances rare, Winchester were able to hold off Dorchester and grab a point, finishing the game Winchester City 1, Dorchester Town 1.
I thought it was quite a tight game, very physical from both teams throughout the game. I thought it could have gone either way, to be honest, but I think a draw is a fair result, to be honest. But yeah.
This was Winchester's 5th draw at home this season, adding to a total of 7 draws, which is the highest in the division. They remain 15th in the league table, ahead of an away meeting with Hayes and Yeading next Saturday, kick-off 12:30 p.m. Patrick Hill, Winchester News Online.
Now we move on to a young goalkeeper named Oscar Poljak, who's being tipped to turn professional in the years to come. Jack Charlton took a trip to speak about his journey so far.
Okay, can you hear me? Subscribe to my channel, because, yeah, sponsor me, sign me, anything.
Oscar Poljak is an 18-year-old goalkeeper from Eastleigh, who's aiming to turn professional in the years to come. The shot stopper has had a magnificent rise over the last year, with his mentor and Eastleigh coach Sam Brown creating a clear blueprint for the Polish keeper's development.
In particular, in the last year, we kind of sat down and he decided, I really want to push this forward. And luckily, with some of the places I knew and that kind of stuff, the connections, we thought, you know what, let's hit this next 12 months really hard. Let's grind it out. Let's really work.
Oscar has gone from being a standard Sunday League player to playing semi-pro and featuring in big TikTok charity football matches. But his biggest achievement to date was earning the opportunity to showcase his talent at a Spanish training camp, where he got the chance to play against professional academies with scouts watching on from the stands trying to grab a few signatures.
It was the best experience of my life, playing against 4 professional academies such as AD Alcorcon, La Liga side Rayo Vallecano, Fuenlabrada and Rayo Majadahonda. It was an absolute pleasure to be playing against such high-level teams.
After a fantastic experience in Spain, the Polish goalie was beginning to get talked about within the goalkeeping community, with some of the biggest shot-stopping stars noticing his ability on his social media platforms. One of them being Dutch goalkeeper, who has over 5 million followers across his socials, and he decided to invite Oscar down to a filming shoot where he featured in one of his YouTube videos.
So it was very fun. It was a great experience. It was perfect for my social media side of things.
After his incredible experience in Spain, playing against professional clubs and academies, it'll be interesting to see which level Oscar will reach on the English pyramid. Jack Charlton, Winchester News Online.
With the group stage of the World Cup culminating this week in Qatar, England are looking to secure their place in the round of 16 tonight with their match against a neighbouring Welsh team that have it all to do, having lost against Iran on Friday. Lily Gage has the latest.
Tonight is the night the 2 home nations, England and Wales, come head-to-head in the World Cup. For England to go through to the next stage of the competition, the England side need to avoid a heavy defeat against the Welsh side by 4 goals or more, while a win would mean that they would secure a top spot in their group. Southgate's side are aiming to bounce back after a disappointing performance on Friday against the US, with fans calling for the likes of Foden and Henderson to start in tonight's match. I asked fans for their predictions for tonight's game.
Hopefully it will be a good one. Hopefully it's better than the England versus the US score, which was atrocious, but hopefully we should come out with hoping for a 3-1.
I think it'll be a good game. I don't think Wales are going to have much of a chance, really. But I think, ultimately England will change their game. They'll maybe a bit more attacking, a bit more flowing than the last game. Should see some new players. Other than that, 4-1 England.
I definitely think Wales are going to win. Wales are supreme. Up the Wales. That's what I'm going to say. I think it'll be 4-0 to Wales.
I reckon England are going to absolutely dominate Wales from the start. Gareth Bale's been an absolute dog this tournament, and it will be 4-0 England with a hat-trick from Marcus Rashford.
I think England is going to win 1-0.
1-0?
I don't really watch football, but I'm just here to support, really.
Despite the World Cup being in Qatar, businesses all around Hampshire have been affected. We sent Tyler Reynolds to find out how different businesses around the county have been impacted by the tournament so far.
With the World Cup ongoing, businesses in Hampshire may have seen an increase in the demand for their services. Some pubs in particular will expect to see a big increase in the amount of customers they're accommodating.
It definitely benefits us being a sports pub because we are able to have a lot more screens than other pubs can have. So if you sit anywhere in our pub, you can see a screen, whether it's a smaller one or a bigger one. And we do have a TV in our garden, and we have the projector screen that we can bring down, so you can see a TV from any angle. If we didn't have any of that and we weren't a sports pub, we probably wouldn't have as many people in over the World Cup because they want to go out and watch the game with their friends. They don't want to come out and not see the game.
On the other hand, other businesses may actually struggle throughout the World Cup, despite the expectations that they will thrive. Smaller businesses, such as local pubs, may even lose some of their regular customers over the course of the tournament.
Overall, you know, if you take the takings over a year or over the month, it probably balances itself out. On that night, yeah, we definitely miss out. But it kind of, everyone knows the Black Boy Pub will be the Black Boy Pub and will stay the same. And so that's what people come here for, rather than, you know, whatever particular event. So it kind of balances out, but yeah, definitely on that night, we lose out.
But with 4 games scheduled every day until the 3rd of December, some businesses may not necessarily benefit from the World Cup whilst the tournament is in progress, as they'll lose customers, especially whilst England are playing. Some businesses, like Goals, may actually start to see more of a benefit once the tournament itself is finished.
We will have financially a negative impact for us, but we will always see an increase after a major tournament, so after this World Cup. And we're combining that with January, which always sees an uplift as well. So January will see a double spike where we see uplift from hopefully a successful World Cup, and then also it being January and everyone wanting to get fit.
Tyler Reynolds, Winchester News Online.
The futsal was back this week with top division action between Winchester University and Swansea University. Harry Turberfield was there.
Winchester first take on Swansea first here today at Winchester University. The home side will be looking to pick up their first 3 points of the campaign after a disappointing start to the season. The visitors had the first chance of the game, which goalkeeper Bernardo Vaz saw dragged wide of the goal, before captain David Bolano dispossessed the Swansea defender and scored the first of the match with a strong finish on his left. Swansea first were knocking the ball around well after going a goal down, and it wasn't long before they went level through a scrappy goal on the 5-minute mark. The visitors had a penalty following 5 Winchester fouls 10 minutes in, which was saved brilliantly by Bernardo to keep the tie level, before a well-taken goal from Swansea to put them in the lead. After making space well in the penalty area, Swansea scored another to put some distance between the sides just before half-time. But they weren't quite done there. Swansea's winger glided past the Winchester defence and finished calmly on his left foot to make it 4. Tempers flared at half-time after a subpar display from Winchester, and captain David Bolano's words seem to have put some life into the home side, as Michael Eilott scored just after half-time to make it 4-2, before a quick-fire third from Josh Pizzi saw Swansea's lead reduced to 1. Some poor defending from Winchester saw Swansea restore their 2-goal lead, however, before the visitors added a 6th goal to seal the win in a disappointing day for Winchester firsts. Full-time, Winchester 3, Swansea 6.
Yeah, game today started off well. We were lucky not to score early, and that probably would have changed how the game went. But as soon as they got a goal, they got a second, they got another, and then we didn't recover for that for the longest time. Until the last 10 minutes, we didn't really push on and play as we should have done.
Winchester first are still without a win this season and will be looking to get their first points on the board against Bournemouth in 3 weeks' time. Harry Turberfield, Winchester News Online.
Basingstoke Bison have endured a tough run of form of late and looked to turn their fortunes around at the weekend as they hosted the Hull Seahawks. Kurt Hill was at the Planet Ice Arena.
The Basingstoke Bison have been on a bad run of form, but this game looks like a promising fixture for the Bison, as their opponents, the Hull Seahawks, are new to the league. And they got off to a great start, with Norcliffe opening the scoring early on. However, as had been the case often this season, it all started to fall apart for the Bison. 3 goals in quick succession for the Seahawks, the first from Salem, and then a brace from Andrej Thema. Ending the first period 3-1 to the Seahawks. The Bison showed heart in the second period. Samford pulling one back. Then Lebuele levelling the score. It looked like they were going to end the second period with the scores level. However, a slip from Towner was converted skillfully into a goal. The Bison regrouped and needed a big performance in the final period. And it didn't take long for Milton to level the scores. It looked like the game was going to go all the way with the scores level late on. However, the Seahawks had a different idea. Archer winning it at the death. Frustrations boiled over after this goal, with a brawl breaking out.
That's all we've got time for this week. See you next time. Thanks for watching.